Let's play a little clip of you on Piers Morgan's show.
Well, Piers, you're right about that. I mean, this is 7 months of genocide we've been witnessing that continues to unfold. And what's happening right now is Israel has destroyed most of Gaza. They forced 1.3 million people into Rafah, where they told them to shelter. It's supposed to be a safe zone, but they've been bombing it and killing people there anyway. And if we look at what else they've done to the rest of Gaza, they've completely blown up entire apartment blocks. They've dismantled every single hospital in Gaza, including at 2 of them, El Shifa and Al Nasser Hospital, where they summarily executed hundreds of people, including doctors and patients, and threw them into mass graves. They've destroyed every university in Gaza. 600,000 of the 1.3 million Palestinians sheltering in Rafah right now are children, who, by the way, every single day are dealing with starvation because Israel has put them under a complete siege.
It's incredibly hypocritical to hear Rania talk about settler colonialism when, in fact, she herself is Lebanese, and the only entity that's acting as a colonialist entity in the Middle East is the Islamic Republic of Iran, which has essentially colonized Lebanon and completely destroyed it, that is colonizing Hamas in the Gaza Strip. It's a proxy of the Islamic Republic. They are the ones calling the shot over what goes on in the Gaza Strip and how Hamas rules over the Palestinian people. If that's not colonialism and imperialism, then I don't know what is.
Point out that I'm not at all surprised by anything Emily said, because she herself is a settler, so of course she feels entitled to pontificate about a region that I actually am indigenous to.
Can I just say, like, on a bit of a petty conspiratorial note,
Yeah.
I would love to be as tan as I am in that segment and that episode,
Oh.
but I'm not that tan. Like, I mean, you saw me a few
Are
days
you saying they
before
color
that.
corrected you, or
I
did they
mean,
like
the
darken
lighting,
your skin?
maybe the lighting was weird. Maybe the lighting was
Oh,
weird.
I see what you're saying.
I don't mind it. I love it. I love
Well,
to
when
have a
you
nice
saw
tan.
yourself in, I know I really could use some, but when you saw yourself like in the mirror, were you like, oh, I'm a little too dark here, or do you think they did something in post?
I mean, I think
You
either
did look
the
a lot
lighting.
tanner,
It was
actually.
maybe
And
the lighting. It was maybe the lighting.
your hair looked darker. Your eyebrows looked a lot darker too. Sometimes
Yeah.
they overdo. I mean, you look great. You look great.
Yeah, thank you. No, I think I look
Yeah.
fantastic with a nicer tan.
Right.
I'm good
What
with
if
the
they
dark
had
hair.
put something like really racist like on in
I
like
didn't
post
say it.
production?
I did have a few people message me being like, "Did they darken you?"
Yeah, but I mean, what if they'd put something on? Like, they could have
I
done
just
like a
look, if
lot
they
of.
did darken me, it was in my favor because it just showed the radical difference between me and that white girl from LA who
Yeah,
thinks that
Emily,
Israel is her land. Yeah, Emily.
right? Who's married to that psychotic guy, Yoseph Haddad?
Oh, so apparently this is my friend told me this, so I need to go double check.
Okay,
But
this
apparently
may
they're
be
not
breaking
married
news.
because they can't get married in Israel, because in Israel you can't get married if you're not the same religion.
I know you need an Orthodox rabbi to marry you, so he'd have
I mean,
to
look, Lebanon's
convert.
similar. People who are different sects, they go and get married in Cyprus.
Right? Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
So,
Israelis
I mean, I'm
then
not
go
like,
into
I'm
Cyprus.
just
Yeah,
saying for the only
yeah,
democracy in the Middle East,
well,
you know.
exactly. Lebanon doesn't claim to be. Wait, but he's Palestinian
He's Israeli,
and Israeli Arab,
It
as
has
they
Israeli
would say.
citizenship,
Okay.
and he's I think he wants you to know he's Christian. I'm not sectarianizing him. He just
Yeah,
really
yeah.
wants you to know that. And he basically works as like a propagandist for the
Yeah,
Israel.
and like harasses like anti-Zionist Jews.
Yes, more terrorist supporters. More terrorists on the way. Here's white American that does not know what's going on. Look at this. More people cover their faces because they're scared. Look at this. Look at these people. Coward terrorist supporters. Free Palestine, right?
Yes,
Asking,
yes,
yeah?
God, free Palestine.
Free Palestine. Zayin means bouquet.
Thank you.
You are a traitor.
you
אתה בוגד.
Israel,
תראו,
you
זה הבוגד.
supporting
طلعوا.
the exacerbation
Look,
of
תסתכלו על הבוגד הזה.
anti-Semitism.
תראה את הבוגד הזה.
You
Look at this
hate
traitor.
speak or to
בוגד.
listen. Criminal
You are a
and
traitor.
causing an endless river of bloodshed.
תראו, זה הפרצוף של הבוגדים. תראו, don't go, traitor. Don't go.
Yes. Yeah. You're a bad Jew, Katie.
Yeah.
That's what he would say to you.
They're so psychotic.
Not a good
that
Jew like
couple.
Emily, who picked up and moved to Israel after she finished college.
Oh, she's from LA?
Or I don't know if she's from LA.
She's
She's from
from
the
the
West
US.
Coast, and she went to University of Southern California, USC.
Nice.
I looked her up before I had to debate her because I was like,
Right.
who's this lady?
Emily Schrader and Yoseph Haddad.
She's definitely seems to be auditioning for like Israeli spokesperson.
Right. Yeah, she was. Okay, I found an article. This is an article in the Jewish Chronicle. Me and you, Emily Schrader and Yoseph Haddad, we argued about saying I love you.
She looks so indigenous there to
I know, yeah,
to
yeah.
the Levant.
She was born in LA and made Aliyah 7 years ago. That means when you go move to Israel. She runs a digital marketing agency and is a prominent social media activist for Israel. The 30-year-old also works for Vouch for Each Other, an organization set up to promote peaceful dialogue between Jews and Arabs in Israel. Its founder, Yoseph Haddad, 36, an Arab Israeli who was born in Haifa but grew up in Nazareth, is also a prominent speaker about Israel, going to parliaments and university campuses around the world. The pair got engaged in May last year, and the JC caught up with them on a speaking tour of the UK and Ireland. Yeah, who was he harassing on Piers Morgan show?
Him? Oh, is he on Piers Morgan? I
Yeah.
didn't know.
Oh my God, he was like would not shut up. And
Well, hang on,
organization
Yosef.
Hamas.
Hang on, I'm asking a question.
There's just no denying it.
Okay, Sahar, let me bring you back.
This is absolutely lies, Piers, but you cannot. This is absolutely lies. It's a lie on a line. It's a narrative that was adopted by the terrorist organization Hamas. This is what they want. And tons of aid was entered to Israel through Egypt, from also the UAE, from also Jordan. Tons of aid. They are talking about showing how they are having food, but those pictures you will not see. You will not see them, even in CNN or any other media, because you don't want to adopt this narrative.
Actually,
you want to have the narrative of Hamas.
Yosef,
By the way,
Yosef, if I may jump in.
Wait.
No, hang on. Massive humanitarian crisis there.
There
All the people are starving to death.
There is enough TikTok videos.
Well, if the IDF has nothing to hide, wait a second.
Hold on.
Don't all talk over each other.
The Palestinians themselves.
Yosef, if the IDF has nothing to hide, if the IDF has nothing to hide, let the media have complete free run. Let them see it for themselves. But they won't. They won't.
And as far as I'm concerned, they should be allowed. All I'm saying is that you can go to TikTok on the Arab social media and you will see the Palestinians themselves uploading it. Okay, you don't have even to have a permission of the
I would
IDF.
I would rather see the media have unfettered access to check what is actually happening. But I want to bring it.
Don't forget.
Hang on, please.
Don't forget.
Yosef, don't just keep
Gaza
talking.
is a war zone because of Hamas.
Yeah, I want to bring it.
Yosef,
you can't just talk over everybody. I want to bring in Sahar.
That yesterday, the students were organizing the protest in Colombia. Can you just let me finish, Ahmed? Yesterday, this will make you happy. Yesterday,
just answer the question. The organizers yesterday is not one person or two persons. It's the whole students shouting
anti-Semitic statements. Yesterday, just let me finish.
Look, I have to say this about Piers Morgan. I think he's ridiculous, and he's definitely obviously in it with Israel. But it is the only program that will have people on who say things like me or Abby or Cornel West, or I hope at some point he has you on.
Yeah.
And so you can tell him.
And you also were, by the way, it was you, Pierce, Emily, and that other girl. It was like 3 against 1. And then it was that Israeli guy who's I think Irish.
Definitely not. He's definitely not
indigenous.
His accent
Israel.
wasn't Hebrew, so I don't think he was born in Israel.
And he's the one whose daughter was kidnapped and then released. And he's the one who said when he found out she was kidnapped, he wished she was dead.
Yeah.
Because Hamas. And then he went off during the segment. It was so gross. He was just talking about all these rapes that happened as if there were evidence of it.
We know that they are being raped. They're being raped at least daily, if not multiple times a day. They're being raped multiple times a day. Now take that on a step further. They're pregnant because if they had contraception when they went in, that's already worn off. They're getting pregnant now. The next step onto that is that they're beyond having any solution like an abortion. So they're going to have to carry those children, those terrorist, rapist children, full term, 9 months. And what are those poor women going to do after that? They're going to adopt them out? They don't want to keep them, I'm pretty sure.
Israel can't find its hostages, but this guy seems to know. He said the craziest thing unchallenged. He said that Israel that they're being raped by terrorists every day, and they're being impregnated with, he said, terrorist babies.
Right.
And he was and then he was and they're gonna come home and they're gonna have to bring them to term, and it went completely unchallenged.
Someone put it in the chat. He thought she might be a sex slave, which I think is because they really try so hard to make it seem like ISIS.
You know what's crazy about that girl, Emily? I'll find it and send it to you. So I tweeted out some of the really disgusting. I mostly got a lot of support for going on Pier's show. But I did get some like hate mail, and the hate mail was like really graphic fantasies of like me being like violently like chopped into pieces, just horrible things that I was.
We know that they are being raped. They're being raped at least daily, if not multiple times a day. They're being raped multiple times a day. Now take that on a step further. They're pregnant, because if they had contraception when they went in, that's already worn off. They're getting pregnant now. The next step onto that is that they're beyond having any solution like an abortion. So they're going to have to carry those children, those terrorist, rapist children, full term, 9 months. And what are those poor women going to do after that? They're going to adopt them out? They don't want to keep them, I'm pretty sure. Or what the hell are they going to do?
I mean, I shouldn't have been surprised, but I was just like, wow, someone took the time out of their day to write this. So I tweeted it out, and Emily like quote tweeted it, and she said that I was playing the victim.
They are very proprietary about victimhood. They're the only victims. They're professional victims. Yeah.
Yeah, they really are. Hang on.
Someone put it in the chat, by the way. I don't know whether just block and delete, but I think it's so funny because someone wrote, while we're talking about this stuff, someone writes, "You ignorant sluts." Can you imagine being a woman in that person's life?
You ignorant slut.
Like, I feel bad for his mom, sister, all the women he knows. Like, imagine going there. It's just so weird. You ignorant
of all
sluts.
the things to
like,
say,
you people
like,
who don't know and have a lot of sex.
It's also just what you say when you have like no ability to
nothing
argue.
Substantive, right?
Sorry, I'm going through this woman's Twitter feed, and a lot of it is about how happy she is Raisi died.
Oh wow,
the Iranian president.
Yeah,
she's really happy about that.
Yeah,
I'm sure that was a great day for her. Oh, she's attacking my friend. That sounds like about right. This Lebanese journalist that she clearly doesn't like and probably wants him to be killed. This girl's nasty. Like, why is she?
She really is. And
why is she such a bad person?
Yeah, you can tell.
Jesus Christ, chill
they
out.
They really are a match made in heaven. She and that guy. Oh, let's see. What do we got here? So Brad found us.
Found it.
Okay. Oh, you've got it. Okay.
Yeah,
so the settler woman who thinks she's native to the Middle East and appears to be auditioning for Israeli spokesperson thinks people are dumb enough to believe Iran is colonizing the region while Israel has colonized the region for its entire existence. And then Emily writes, the arrogance of this Hezbollah-loving clown. First of all, there's a hyphen missing. Hezbollah-loving clown, Rania Khalek, even using Iran to refer to the terrorist actions of the Islamic Republic of Iran, as if she has even the faintest idea what's going on in her own country, is imperialist AF. How many million Iranians need to scream from the rooftops, this regime is not Iran? Not to mention the fact she's flat out denying the horrors that the IR has inflicted across the ME and beyond. Shame on you, Rania. Wait, but
unlike
I don't
Israel,
like,
which has inflicted no horrors.
Yeah,
by the way.
But also Israel is I mean, you can call it the Jewish Republic of Israel. But how are they imperialist anyway? I don't even understand. How is Iran imperialist? Like,
it's
you can
not,
say whatever
unless
you
don't know what
imperialism
imperialism
is. Plenty of things you can say that are critical of Iran. But the imperial, like, do these people just not know what that means?
I don't think they know what colonialism and imperialism means. I think they're just hearing Israel be accused of it. So they're like, we're just going to accuse Iran of the same thing. She literally told me Iran is colonizing Lebanon. I live in Lebanon, you guys. I have never seen Iranian
That's because
like,
they hide
in
really
Lebanon.
Well.
I don't know what the hell she's talking about. Anyways, Katie, I love you and I love your show, but I have to go or my family's gonna be very angry with me.
Yeah. We can't have any Jew.
No. There's already too much strife.
Yeah, too much strife. Yeah. Well, Rania, where can people find you?
You guys can find me at Breakthrough News. Follow Breakthrough News on YouTube, at BT Newsroom on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok. I think it's also at BT Newsroom. I love the people I work with, and we're putting out a lot of content. So thank you for having me, Katie.
Thanks, Rania. Have a great night. Okay, that was Rania Khalek. And make sure you follow her on Twitter and also her stuff on YouTube and also Breakthrough News. And Brad is back. Yeah.
Katie,
hey, Brad.
Do you want to show one more Rania tweet?
Yeah.
This was the one that she had sent us.
Okay, let's see what do we got here. All right, so
this was the one where
Rania
wrote about the horrific messages that she'd been
Okay,
receiving.
got it. Yeah, let's see. So let's scroll down. I just want to give people sense. I'm gonna cut. I won't.
I mean, I'm hesitant because it is truly terrible.
All right. I know, but I think it's important. Just scroll down, please, because I think it's important for people to see the type of stuff that she's. Yeah. Okay, so you should suck on the barrel of. I'm not going to say it. You Jew-hating C word. I hope you're. Yeah, it's like the grossest, most sexually violent stuff ever. Really sexually violent.
Yeah.
And wishing rape. What is up with Zionists wishing rape on people? Like they do that all the time.
I mean,
all the time. It's really. It's like in that video that I made.
Right, and I think that part of it, at least on the government's part, it's just projection because unlike what they say about Palestinians, like Biden reiterating the long debunked stuff of systemic rape and whatnot, there's actually documentation of that being perpetrated against Palestinian women. Yeah. So.
Right. Yeah.
But as to why like random women marching in the street in America go there, that's just it's messed up.
Yeah. So Rania tweets some screenshots of this like deplorable, misogynist, sexually violent, gross stuff.
Yeah.
And Emily, she writes classic projection and delusions of grandeur. She doesn't know how to use the English language. How is that delusions of grandeur? There's no grandeur. Standing up for Palestine by defending the mullah-backed terror group Hamas that's shooting Palestinians and stealing their aid and resources. You aren't pro-Palestinian, Rania. You act and speak like a modern-day Nazi, then whine about the hate from strangers you receive. You're not a victim. Grow up. Like basically suggesting like that's what you get for making the statements you've made.
Yeah, and to me, like if this person, if they're Emily's disagreement here was simply, you know, some politics type disagreement and whatnot, you would think that as a fellow human being, as a fellow woman, she could differentiate that and acknowledge like, hey, that's not right.
Right.
To then, you know, say these vile things to this person, but clearly, along with not being able to use the English language,
right,
she won't even. Yeah,
she's a syntactical imperialist. Yeah.